Uruguay is a hidden gem for expats, with its stable democracy, low crime, and welcoming vibe for foreigners. Known as the Switzerland of South America, it's a top pick for retirees, digital nomads, and investors. But how do you get residency? Today, we're breaking down exactly how to get residency in Uruguay, step by step, with all the practical information that you need to make it happen. Uruguay's residency process, managed by the Dirección Nacional de Migración, is one of the world's simplest, welcoming foreigners with minimal hurdles. It offers two types: temporary residency, valid for up to 2 years, and permanent residency, which is lifelong and renewable every 3 years. You can apply for permanent residency right away, skipping the temporary phase, unlike many countries. Uruguay has paths for retirees, workers, investors, and those with family ties to Uruguay, with no immigration quotas. Let's explore the most popular options for non-Mercosur nationals without Uruguayan relatives. So, for anyone with no connection to Uruguay, the most common types are the Rentier or Rentista visa, the professional visa, and the investor visa. So the Rentista or Rentier or independent means visa is ideal for retirees or those with passive income. You need a stable monthly income, typically from pensions, social security, rentals, dividends, anything sourced outside of Uruguay that is sort of a continuing or indefinite source of passive income. You'll also need a passport, of course, valid with at least 6 months validity, an apostilled birth certificate, a criminal background check from your country of origin, and marriage certificate if including dependents, also apostilled. In Uruguay, you'll get a medical exam at an authorized clinic, a vaccination certification if you need one, income certificates verified by a Uruguayan notary or escribano. All documents must be translated into Spanish by an official Uruguayan translator. Processing takes 6 to 12 months, granting permanent residency. Quick tip: set up a Uruguayan bank account to deposit the income as it proves financial ties. So often in Uruguay, you can set up a bank account as a non-resident. Probably worth mentioning, MyLatinLife, we have a service for this. We have a Uruguayan bank account service. We have a Uruguay residency service. So link in the description if you want to book a call with us, and we can answer all your questions and get moving on any of these visas that you need. Moving on, the next type of visa is the professional visa. This is for those with a job offer or self-employment plans. You need a notarized work contract from a Uruguayan employer or a business plan for self-employment, showing sufficient monthly income. The next visa type is the investor visa, targeting those making significant investments in the country. You need a substantial investment in real estate, like a condo in Punta del Este, verified by fiscal value, or in a business creating full-time jobs, approved as quote-unquote national interest by the government. Documents include investment proof, like a deed or company registration, apostilled, plus the standard passport background check, certifications, income proof to show self-sufficiency. Processing takes, again, 6 to 12 months for permanent residency. The benefits include duty-free importation of household goods and Mercosur travel perks. Quick tip: hire a Uruguayan accountant to verify the investments, as Migración is strict. There's also a family-based visa for those with Uruguayan relatives, or what we've even seen is some people apply first for themselves and then maybe they do family reunification later for the rest of their family. So that's also potentially an option. If you're married to a Uruguayan, then or you have an Uruguayan parent, or you're a Mercosur citizen, requirements are much lighter. But for everybody else, family reunification is still possible if you have, say, a spouse that has residency in Uruguay. Okay, you'll need the marriage certificate, apostilled, and with that, as long as you're legally married, then family reunification is possible. You can register those marriage certificates with Uruguay's civil registry. So how do you apply? You can apply in Uruguay at the Migración office in Montevideo or through a consulate abroad like Miami. In-country applications are faster than the consulates, where you can enter as a tourist. Most people from the USA, Canada, the EU, most Latin American citizens get 90 days visa-free, extendable to 180 days. So you can apply on the ground, enter as a tourist, and submit your application right away. That's what we have most people do. A facilitator like MyLatinLife can handle the paperwork, the interviews, making appointments, interfacing with the government. After applying, you get a temporary cédula de identidad within 10 days, granting resident rights during processing. Permanent residency, again, is issued in 6 to 12 months, with a cédula valid for 3 years. Quick tip, bring 2 witnesses to verify your Uruguayan address at a local police station needed for your cédula. And usually the facilitator can help arrange things like that. So anything related to the Uruguayan address, ask your facilitator. Permanent residency, we recommend spending 6 to 8 months in Uruguay during the first 2 years to prove intent to reside, unlike Paraguay's 1 visit every 3 years. After approval, you only risk losing status if absent for 3 consecutive years. But the more presence in Uruguay, the better, especially in those first couple of years, to show that you have intention and to at least get through that first renewal of your permanent residency. Citizenship is also possible after 3 years for married couples or 5 years for singles. For this, we recommend 6 months annual presence per year, as well as conversational Spanish and proof of integration like employment or community ties. There are things that you can do to build your substantial ties to Uruguay, and that's going to strengthen your application for citizenship. Uruguay's passport offers visa-free access to 153 countries, one of the best passports in Latin America, and really quite top tier. Maybe you'd call it B+, A- tier of passport. It's really quite solid. Another interesting aspect of Uruguay is you can have a tax holiday on foreign income for up to 11 years, the first 11 years of your residency. So you can be working towards citizenship while paying 0 tax on foreign income, which is huge. There's not too many countries that let you do that. So yes, physical presence is required. We'd recommend just mentally committing to move to Uruguay if citizenship is your goal. But the fact that you can live there and pay 0 tax for 11 years on your foreign income makes it a pretty good deal. And pro tip, start learning Spanish early for the citizenship interview. And if you want to support MyLatinLife, we have a Spanish book that we wrote, Learn Spanish for Adult Beginners workbook. There's a link in the description to our book. It's a bestseller on Amazon, and we'd love if you could pick up the book. Moving on to some pitfalls to avoid. First is document errors. You're going to want to prep all your documents from your home country before you head on down to Uruguay. So make sure that someone takes a look at your docs before you book that flight. Get those appointments because immigration slots are scarce, delaying application. Last pitfall to avoid is underestimating presence rules. Spending less than 6 months initially in Uruguay risks denial of your renewal. And if you're on temporary residency, especially, you're going to want to spend more time in Uruguay. If you're on permanent, you still want to spend a lot of time in Uruguay. Only after you get that citizenship do you maybe have the freedom to spend less time. So that is the last pitfall to avoid there. Some more practical tips. Use a facilitator. You're going to need one for Uruguay. It's a pretty long process. It's going to help streamline the application big time. Check the Migración website for forms, but cross-reference with your facilitator for updates because these things change all the time. Also, open your bank account early. It takes time to open a bank account, to warm up a bank account. So get your Uruguayan bank account early. We have a service for this as well. And then once you're approved, get your cedula immediately for banking, for healthcare, for discounts. Your cedula is going to make life in Uruguay that much easier. You can join the ASSE healthcare or private plans for comprehensive coverage. Finally, connect with expats as well for local tips and networking. And that's the complete guide for obtaining residency in Uruguay. From the Rentier's low income threshold to the investor's fast track, Uruguay offers a path for every expat. Our top takeaway: spend the 6 months in country to secure your permanent residency and lock in those tax benefits. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, drop a comment with your favorite Uruguayan spot or residency questions or visa stories, and book a call, link in the description, and we'd be happy to put that Uruguay residency in your hands. Till next time, see you in the next video.